Hey guys, welcome back to 5nothing100nothing.com. I am Fugget, the fittest underdog guru using intelligent tactics. Okay, today you guys, we're going over part 3 of dating apps and what to do, okay? So the first one we covered your profile pictures and your profile itself. Second video, we touched on once you match, the first date and how to go about texts and being on the phone and what have you. And now in this video, which I'm titling After the First Date. Okay, so what do you do, right? You had the date, assuming it went well. Okay, not those dates that they go nowhere fast, and maybe if you followed my advice, you had coffee or a drink or whatever, and let's say they had great conversation, good connection, you felt the chemistry and everything, and you're excited about this person. Or maybe you went on the date and things went well, at least from your perspective, but you're not quite sure yet if you want to, where you want to go with it. So, but you're interested, okay? So I had some questions. I figured I would address those because it would kind of go along the same vein as what I was going to put as far as content. So, and it will answer your questions. So, first one, when do you call or text after that date? Okay. Now, some dating coaches will say wait a full week. Some will say, do it the next minute, whatever. And my take on it from my experience, from those I know that are in the dating app world, that men and women that give me feedback on their experience is, within a day or two. You don't want to wait a long time because the thing is that you don't want to wait much longer than that, in my opinion, because the girl still has a low investment in you, okay? So she might have thought you were charming, good looking, you guys shared some things in common, but it's still very early on. She doesn't, you don't have her soul, you don't have her essence yet, there isn't a history there. There's not that long-term investment yet. So, you're still in interview mode, so to speak. And I say that within a day or two is good, and then depending on the relationship, how you both feel about texting or calling, you make the call as far as how you want to approach that. The next thing is, what do you share about how you feel? Okay. Now, I say nothing. Let her wonder. Okay. Don't sit there and say, oh my God, you're the most beautiful woman I ever met. Oh my God, you're my soulmate. Oh my God, you're amazing. Now, you might be thinking all these things right now, but you have to come off as a man that has options. Not to be a jerk, not to, make her chase and try to, wear the pants in the relationship or any of this stuff. But simply, if you give away the farm, like right away, and you have interest in this girl, she's going to wonder why you don't have other options. Or, have you seen like her best behavior? Because if you completely just, sign over your house and your first child and this and that, and you're telling her that she's your dream girl and all this other stuff, she's going to have red flags, and she's going to wonder why you're willing to give yourself away so quickly, or why you're in such a rush, to like marry her down or whatever. So, you don't do that. You're a high value man, act like it, and know that you have value and you have worth, and, you want to have her earn your love as you're earning hers as well. Okay. Third question, do I stop dating anybody else after, or everybody else after? And the answer to that is hell no. Hell no, you don't, okay? The main reason is, it's like, think about it. When you go into negotiations with your boss, and you have 3 other job opportunities, and they're all willing to pay you the same or more, and maybe have different benefit packages, and or it's more convenient, it's closer to the house, whatever it is, right? You're going in with a strong mindset. You're going in with confidence. You're going in with some leverage. And the thing is that you don't know how this date's going to work out, how this woman is going to work out in your life. first date was good, but you get, if assuming there's going to be more dates, there's a honeymoon period. Now, you've got, skeletons in your closet. She's got skeletons in her closet. Everyone's putting their best, face forward, just like you would in a job interview. You're not going to talk about your failures. You're not going to talk about, what you did to screw up the relationships, or, what your worst fears are and all this other stuff, because all you're going to do basically is just lower your market value to them. And you need to come off as strong, and it takes time. So you want to give it some time. You want to still date other people, and especially if you're just getting back into dating, and you've been out of the loop for a little while. Let's say you got divorced, or you've been in a long-term relationship that ended, and you're still a little bit fragile, and maybe if you haven't had a date in a while, you might feel a little bit desperate, or you'll get overly excited. So you don't want to rush into anything. You want to take your time. Okay? So some tips for you that are going to help you beyond this first date is, no matter what is going on, show respect. Okay? So show her respect and show some interest. I'm not saying, be completely Joe Cool cocky, where, you're trying to like come off as Joe Cool, and, you don't let your, emotions show, and you don't let your feelings show, and you're not going to be like you're playing in the World Series of Poker. You're not trying to show your poker hand. A good example of that is the movie Grease. Whenever Sandy and Danny run into each other, and Danny's all into her. Oh my God, I thought you went back to Australia. And then his buddies start to like catch on to their conversation, and he starts to like go into like cool douche mode, and he's like, oh, that's cool, baby, that's cool, rocking and rolling. And she's like, what? And she's like, Danny, what's the matter with you? And he's like, what's the matter with me, baby? What's the matter with you? She goes, where's the Danny that I met? And he's like, I don't know, maybe you need to take out a missing persons ad or something, huh? And he just came off like an ass, and it really pissed her off, and she took off, and you could see it in his face. He's like, oh, I done screwed up. So don't let your undersized underdog boys, or anyone for that matter, try to give you advice that's going to have you to not be yourself. I guess is the main point of that, is still be yourself. Don't play Danny Zuko. It's not good. It's not a good look. Okay. Anyways, so how was that for like a 40-year-old reference or whenever it was? Always showing my undersized underdog, silver fox age. Chicks dig it though. Okay, so show you're interested, right? But the thing is, too, by not sharing everything, is you want to be mysterious. You reveal little by little. All right, just little by little, you're revealing things. And the biggest thing is, don't just like volunteer those things. Make her ask, or let her ask, I should say. Don't volunteer it. Let her ask as it comes up organically in conversation. Let her wonder. Let her, think about you. Let her talk to her friends about you. Let her, come up in her mind, with what the scenario could be. Women love to do that stuff. They'll spend all day and talk to every one of their friends about you and wonder how it's going to go and this and that. And the thing is, sometimes if you just shut up and let her ask and reveal it naturally and organically and with confidence, the build-up is sometimes the foreplay of getting to know you. So, take it slow. Put the brakes on a little bit. Don't, tell her about where you want to get married, what kind of ring you want to buy her, oh, I want to buy you a house, I want to this and that. You come off like a beta bitch, okay? Don't be a beta bitch, okay? So that's my take on that. So the take-home points, though, all around, you guys, is no matter what, because every relationship is different, so I speak in generalities so that it can be applicable, principle-based, information that's going to help you. So stick to the basic principles. You can't go wrong. Think about, using your intuition. Every relationship I've been in has been different, and for good reasons. They're all a little different, and like some of like my approach or, you know, my game. I hate to use game because it sounds like I'm, you know, conning somebody, but you know what I mean, you know, being on your A game, I guess, has been different with everybody. And some people just have a natural intuition, and other people really need a little bit of guidance with it. So get out of your own head, in a sense, and think about the company in front of you, and you know what, be in her world and let her ask you and listen and absorb her and feel her in that way. All right. So got to have a good vibe, or, you know, you got to vibe with her, so to speak. Look for red flags, you know, early, before, you know, you fall in love and you cross that bridge of logic and logic and intellect, where you see things really clear because it's the job interview again, to falling in love and having an emotional bond with her, or having sex with her, and it's like mind-blowing sex. And all of a sudden, any little red flag after that point, you're going to excuse it. I mean, how many times, you guys, have you been in a relationship and almost all of your friends and family have said, I don't know, this one seems like trouble. Then you're like, well, maybe generally on paper it looks like it could be a train wreck, or she looks like she's, you know, whatever label you want to put on her based on her red flag. But you're so far gone and nobody can tell you otherwise. And then let's say that relationship falls apart, right? What happens? All of a sudden, you guys were right. I should have seen it coming a mile away, and I was just blind, you know? So be careful. Look at those red flags. Think about beforehand, when you're doing that work on yourself, your self-awareness, you know, you're on your purpose, you know who you are, what you want. You should be figuring those things out now. What are your deal breakers? What are the things that you can work with? You know what your, you know, skeletons are. Know what your weaknesses or shortcomings are. And, you know, be ready to play the game from there. All right, the game of love. The Love Boat. Da, 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 da. God damn, that's like two 70s-esque references in one video. All right, we're going to try not to let that happen again. And I sang again. Sorry, guys. All right, so that's it for this series, you guys, on dating apps. I hope it helped. Like, subscribe, share, and hit me up. Let me know what you think, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a great rest of the day.